there, fellow travelers. If you are watching this video, I'm guessing that you are planning a trip to the magical kingdom of Bhutan. And right now you are probably wondering where to stay. You want something that is not just a place to sleep, but somewhere that adds to the experience. Am I right? Well, you have landed in the right corner of the internet. In this video, I'm sharing some of the best hotels in Bhutan that fall in the mid to high budget range, and this include charming boutique hotels, serene luxury farm stays, and beautifully comfortable accommodations that give you a true sense of the Bhutanese hospitality. Now I feel compelled to make this video because I have been getting quite a few offline queries asking me about the best places to stay in Bhutan. I had actually made a video from our first trip, and you can find the link right here, and that had some really helpful tips on how to choose your hotels in Bhutan and what things you should keep in mind. Because of the amazing response I received on the first video, I went ahead and created a second one, reviewing the hotels we stayed in Phuentsholing, Thimphu and the stunning Phobjikha Valley during our second trip to Bhutan. You can find the link to that video in the description below and also right up there. And now it's time for part 3, where I focus specifically on some of the best places to stay if you are planning a trip to Bhutan now, or particularly in the month of November. So this time when we visited in the month of November, which is technically the peak season, but interestingly sees only a handful of Indian travelers. We have stayed across 6 different properties this time, and our stay ranged from modest farm stays to well-located mid-budget hotels, and even a couple of high-end eco-resorts that totally stole our hearts. So we stayed at Hotel Lotus Villa Phuentsholing, Hotel Norphiling Thimphu, Yuloki Farm Stay in Phobjikha, Chumey Resort in Bumthang, Dhumra Resort in Punakha, and Rema Resort in Paro. In the previous part, I have covered the first 3 hotels we stayed at, and in this video, I will be taking you through the remaining 3. These stays might just be the highlight of your Bhutan trip. So let's dive in now. We planned this trip with Amidewa Tours and Trek, but just to clarify, this is not a sponsored video. They handled all our accommodation bookings, local transport, and guide arrangements for the tour. We took an early morning flight from Kolkata to Bagdogra, and from there, our designated cab driver drove us straight to the border town of Phuentsholing. That's where we reunited with our amazing guide and driver duo, Phuncho and Sangye, the same wonderful team from our last trip to Bhutan. We spent one night each in Phuentsholing, Thimphu, and Phobjikha before heading towards our main destination, Bumthang. If you haven't seen it yet, I have shared detailed reviews of those 3 hotels in the previous video, so don't forget to check that out. And now, let's dive into how our overall experience was in the beautiful Bumthang Valley. Our main reason for visiting Bumthang in November was to witness the spectacular Jambe Lakhang festival, which takes place around this time each year. But here's the catch. November is peak tourist season, especially for international travelers. Hotels near the festival venue get booked out 8 to 9 months in advance, and prices shoot up during this period. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything close to the town center and had to stay at a property almost an hour away. So here's your first pro tip. If you're planning a trip during the festival season, especially in November, make sure to book your accommodation at least 6 months in advance. Nestled in the serene Chumey Valley of Bumthang, Chumey Nature Resort offers a peaceful retreat surrounded by forests, farmlands, and mountain views. This eco-friendly boutique property is a great base if you are looking to explore Bumthang's cultural richness while still staying close to the nature. While the property is nestled in a beautifully serene and peaceful setting, our arrival was far from smooth. After a long 6 to 7 hours journey, we reached Bumthang by the evening and took the only road leading to the resort, an offbeat arterial path branching out from the main highway. To our surprise, the road was completely dug up due to ongoing construction work. Unfortunately, the hotel didn't inform us about this situation in advance, nor were they prepared to assist when we got stuck. With no immediate help from the staff, it was thanks to a few kind passerbys that we managed to fill the road and drive over the mess ourselves. But that wasn't the end of it. Later the same night, we had to head back to the town to attend the fire dance festival, and once again we had to deal with the same dug up road, this time fixing it along with few other stranded tourists, as help from the hotel arrived very late due to shortage of staff. The road issue remained a constant concern throughout our 3 night stay and definitely impacted our overall experience. That said, once you finally make it to the hotel, the setting truly takes your breath away. Nestled amidst lush forest and rolling hills, the property is probably located in one of the most scenic spots in all of Bhutan. You're surrounded by farmlands in the front, dense pine forest and mountain at the back, and there's even a monastery just a short walk away. There are no other hotels nearby, which means you get to enjoy complete privacy and a deep sense of calm. It's perfect if you are looking to disconnect and just soak in the raw beauty of Bhutan. The Domkhar Suite is the newest and one of the largest rooms at Chumey Resort, and it certainly lives up to its title. Conveniently located in the same building as the restaurant and the reception, it saves you long walks across the property, especially helpful in the cold or rainy weather. A steep flight of stairs leads to the room, so keep that in mind if accessibility is a concern. Inside the room is a spacious and well-appointed place. It features traditional Bhutanese wall paintings, a cozy sitting area with sofas, a work desk, a queen-sized bed, electric heater, TV, side tables with lamps, and a large mirror. The room also has beautiful views from the window. And since there are no other hotels around, it is all like village homes that you can see around. The only downside inside the room was the limited number of power outlets, especially if you are carrying multiple gadgets. The bathroom is equally generous in size and includes a bathtub, though we did face some issues of hot water on the first day. What truly makes this room special is the stunning view from the private balcony. It opens out to the peaceful farmlands, and you're supposed to be able to see the Domkhar monastery from here, which is also how the room got its name. Originally, we had planned to stay all 3 nights in the Domkhar Suite, but due to limited availability, we had booked it for the first and the last nights, with a different room for the second. However, during the ongoing royal wedding, the hotel rearranged our bookings without informing us, assigning us the suite for the first 2 nights instead. We weren't happy with the uncommunicated change, especially since we wanted to end our stay in the suite. Upon raising the issue, the hotel acknowledged the oversight and allowed us to stay all 3 nights in the Domkhar Suite without any extra charge, which we appreciated. Overall, the sleep quality and the comfort was excellent. While the stairs could be a minor inconvenience, it was still far more convenient than walking to the distant cottages on the property. If you are staying here, the Domkhar Suite is definitely worth considering for both its comfort and unbeatable views. While the location and ambience of Chumey resorts are undeniably beautiful, service was one of the biggest pain points during our stay. For a property of this size with multiple rooms and suites, the staff strength felt noticeably inadequate. The kitchen team also seemed to be handling room service duties, which meant longer wait times and stretched resources. The front desk was mostly manned by a few young staff members, mostly women, who struggled with English and often appeared unsure of how to handle even basic guest requests. Communication was difficult and getting help or answers was a slow process. Interestingly, the chef seemed to be the central figure, managing not only the food but also making decisions about housekeeping and other services, which felt a lot chaotic. It's hard to say if this was one-off experience or something specific to how international tourists are treated, but we did notice that several Bhutanese families were staying here and they did not seem to face as many issues. That said, for international travelers or anyone expecting a smoother or more responsive level of service, this could be an area of concern. Compared to other places we stayed in Bhutan, the food at Chumey Resort was quite underwhelming. The dinner menu was extremely limited, and if you're someone who prefers just chicken or follows a vegetarian diet, your choices get even narrower. Most of the time they were just serving pork, which we did not have, and there was very limited number of vegetables that you could opt for. They did give dal with rice every night, which was a saving grace. 2 things that we really liked on the menu was the vegetable fritters that they made for us during the dinner time and the aloo paratha they made for us on the last day. Chumey Nature Resort is undoubtedly set in one of the most scenic and peaceful locations in Bhutan. Nestled amidst forest, farmlands, and with a monastery nearby, the setting offers unparalleled privacy and natural beauty. Our stay in the Domkhar Suite was comfortable, and the views from the balcony were stunning. However, the experience was a mixed bag. The access road was in a terrible condition, making getting to the hotel stressful, especially since the hotel didn't communicate this in advance. The lack of service staff, language barriers, and limited food options were also disappointing, particularly for a property of this scale. If the hotel could invest in better staff training and increase their support team, it would make a world of difference to the overall guest experience. That said, if you are looking for a quiet, offbeat stay and don't mind a few inconveniences, Chumey Resort can be a very good choice, especially because they offer very competitive rates and very good rooms at those rates. After spending 3 truly unforgettable days in Bumthang, soaking in the vibrant colors and deep spiritual energy of its festival, it was time for us to start our journey back. Our next stop was Punakha, nearly 213 kilometers away, a scenic drive of around 6 to 7 hours. Now, for those who have been following my Bhutan travel vlogs, you might remember that during our last trip, we stayed at Dhumra Farm Resort in Punakha, and it turned out to be one of the most special stays we have had. The owners of that beautiful serene property had treated us like family, and the warmth they extended still stayed with us. This time around, we could have chosen a different route or stayed elsewhere, but honestly, we couldn't imagine coming back to Bhutan without revisiting Dhumra. Not just for a stay, but for the people who made it truly feel like home. And here's a story that truly reflects the incredible hospitality of the Bhutanese people. When we reached out to inquire about availability, we were told that most of the rooms were sold out. It's peak season after all, and Dhumra had only a limited number of rooms. But when the owners heard it was us, they insisted we take their only available superior room, but at the same rate as the lower category room we had stayed in last time. Despite our protest, they refused to take anything extra. It was such a touching gesture, and honestly, this is what sets Bhutan apart. The genuine kindness, the humility, and the feeling of being welcomed like family. It's priceless. We were beyond excited to return, not to just the property, but to reconnect with the lovely souls who run it. Dhumra Farm Resort is a hidden gem nestled on the quiet hillside overlooking the majestic Punakha Valley. If you're someone who enjoys soulful gateways surrounded by nature, local traditions, and heartfelt hospitality, then this is the place that is going to win your heart. They are also the pioneers in high-end agro-tourism in Bhutan. Dhumra Farm Resort is perched high on a hill overlooking the iconic Punakha Zong. Getting here is a bit of an uphill adventure, literally. From the main road leading to Punakha Zong, it's about a 10 minutes drive up a steep and bumpy track, so yes, you definitely need a vehicle to get here. And midway, you might even start wondering if you are on the right path, but don't worry. The moment you reach the gates and are welcomed by a cheerful all-woman staff team, you will know that you have arrived somewhere truly special. The location is one of the resort's biggest USPs. From nearly every corner of the property, including your room, you will get sweeping views of the majestic Punakha Zong and the entire Punakha Valley. It's a visual treat that keeps changing with the light throughout the day, but wait till the nightfall. That's when the real magic happens. As the Zong lights up, it creates a surreal picture right outside your window. And it's not just about the views. The resort is set amidst a lush farm garden that's home to thousands of unique and indigenous plants. It's an absolute heaven for nature lovers. What makes it even more special are the amazing owners Rinzi and Sange. Their passion for sustainability and deep love for the land shows in every corner of this property. Don't miss a walk through the gardens. Chances are that you will run into them and have one of the most enriching conversations about Bhutanese culture, history, and their journey in creating this slice of paradise. We have had the most enriching conversations with them, sometimes while strolling through the garden. Oh, now welcome. How are you?
Good.
We are remembering you so badly. Sometimes while sitting together in the cozy lounge area, soaking in stories, laughter, and reflections of life in Bhutan. Both of them are ardent book lovers, and it truly shows. The resort has a delightful mini library tucked away with a treasure trove of books from the Bhutanese history and Buddhist philosophy to travel memoirs and literary fiction. What makes it even more special is that many of these books were left behind by guests who stayed here, creating this beautiful ever-growing collection. And here's something that still feels surreal. Sange, the co-owner, is an author himself. He has written an incredible book that offers a glimpse into the Bhutanese life and philosophy. During our first visit, we were lucky enough to receive a signed copy of this book as a gift, and it is something we will always cherish. This time we stayed in the farm special room, part of the brand new wing at Dhumra Farm Resort. The highlight? A breathtaking uninterrupted view of the Punakha Zong right from the large window beside the bed. Truly postcard perfect. The room came well equipped with all the essentials: a queen bed, refrigerator, ample storage, telephone, dressing table with mirror, and even a small kitchenette with a sink. Perfect for longer stays. The washrooms at Dhumra are honestly a treat in themselves. Spotlessly clean and well ventilated, they reflect the same care and attention to detail as the rest of the property. And if you're lucky like we were, you might even get a lovely view of the farm from the bathroom window. And don't worry, it's completely private. You'll find a constant supply of hot and cold water, fragrant in-house shampoo and liquid soap, soft towels, and even a hairdryer. Everything you need to make your time here not just comfortable but truly relaxing and refreshing. Dhumra keeps its number of rooms intentionally limited to maintain a sense of privacy and calm for each guest. Every unit is thoughtfully designed, impeccably clean, and offers a 3-star plus comfort level while still blending beautifully with the surrounding nature. There are also few rooms with garden views or partial valley views. We stayed in one of those during our last visit, and they were just as lovely. Overall, you get a 4-star comfort at 3-star prices, which makes Dhumra Farm Resort a fantastic value for money. And when you are staying at a farm stay, especially one as expansive and beautiful as this, it would be unfair not to show you around a bit. So here's a quick glimpse of the incredible farm at Dhumra. Rinzi and Sange, the warm-hearted couple behind the retreat, have lovingly built this place from the ground up. After spending decades in tourism and healthcare respectively, they chose to retire to the serene hillside in Punakha and dedicated themselves to farming. Every morning, you will see them tending to their garden personally, checking on plants, pulling weeds, or simply soaking in the beauty they have created. Sange is a walking encyclopedia of plants. If you are a garden enthusiast, a conversation with him is a treat. From fruits like grapes and lemons to vegetables like zucchini, tomato, and chilies, the farm is bursting with seasonal produce. We even got to taste a few straight off the vine. It's a true farm-to-table experience where everything on your plate is freshly picked and lovingly prepared. If you're a plant lover or a gardening enthusiast, this place is nothing short of a dream.
I remember Ugyen, I remember it, but the other two are new faces for me.
One of the most heartwarming and unique aspects of Dhumra is its all-woman staff, a rare and a beautiful sight in the hospitality industry, especially in a rural setting like Punakha. From the moment you arrive, you are greeted by a team of warm, smiling women who take care of everything from housekeeping and kitchen duties to guest services, with such grace, sincerity, and quiet efficiency. There's something incredible special about being looked after by a team that feels more like a family than hotel staff. Their service isn't flashy or overly formal, it's deeply personal, caring, and rooted in Bhutanese hospitality. They remember your preferences, check in on your comfort, and go out of their way to make sure your stay is smooth. Whether it's preparing a warm cup of tea after a long day or sharing stories during dinner, you always feel seen and appreciated. It's also worth mentioning that this thoughtful staffing choice by Rinzi and Sange creates not just a warm guest experience, but empowers local women by giving them meaningful employment and leadership in a space that truly values them. It's just another reason why Dhumra feels less like a resort and more like a home in the hills. When it comes to dining at Dhumra, you are in for something truly special. Meals at Dhumra aren't just about eating, they are a complete experience in itself. The indoor dining area with its large windows open out to views of their lush garden, making even a simple meal feel special. But the real magic happens at breakfast when, the weather permitting, you set up your morning spread in the open air seating area overlooking the majestic Punakha Zone. And honestly, what could possibly beat starting your day with the delicious homegrown food and that breathtaking view? The food is entirely home cooked and farm fresh, quite literally. Most of the ingredients come straight from their garden, harvested just a few hours before they reach your plate. Whether it's breakfast or dinner, there's a comforting warmth in everything that is served. The menu is fixed but thoughtfully curated, and if you're having any dietary preferences or restrictions, the staff does their best to accommodate them. We were served comforting Bhutanese dishes like red rice, emadachi, local chicken curry, and seasonal farm fresh vegetables, each dish simple but full of flavors. And the real showstoppers were the incredible desserts. Every sweet treat felt like a delightful surprise at the end of a meal. And don't forget to try their lemon tea with honey in the evening, which feels like a warm hug at the end of a long day. Dining at Dhumra feels more like eating at a warm, welcoming home where every dish carry the love and care of the people who made it. If we had to sum up our experience at Dhumra, in one word, it would be soulful. From the heartwarming hospitality of Rinzi and Sangye, the loving, nurtured farm, the quiet elegance of the room, to the views that leave you breathless every single time, everything about Dhumra feels personal, peaceful, and deeply enriching. It's not just a place to stay, it's a place to feel cared for, to reconnect with nature, and to savor the simplest joys, from a cup of lemon tea with honey to conversations that linger long after you have left. If we could, we'd rate it 10 out of 5 because Dhumra doesn't just exceed expectations, it redefines them. After spending an unforgettable night at Dhumra, it was time to head towards Paro, our final stop before returning to India. Honestly, no number of days ever feel enough at Dhumra. I truly wished we could have stayed longer, but with no availability and my leaves running out, we had to bid farewell. As we drove away, a quiet sadness settled in. My heart was heavy knowing that the trip was coming to an end. All four of us, Sangye, Funsho, Mom and I, found ourselves already dreaming up plans for the next visit. And this time we were excitedly discussing a journey to eastern Bhutan. Mid-November is an absolutely magical time to visit Bhutan. The landscapes are painted in warm autumn hues, flower blooms in bursts of colors, river flows in shades of icy green, and the sky stays brilliantly blue and clear. So definitely I will recommend November is a great time to plan a trip to Bhutan, if you can manage the budget. Last time we were in Paro, we stayed at a place steeped in history. If you haven't seen that, check out the first hotel recommendation vlog. This time we are opting for something slightly more modern but still nestled in a charming cottage setting. So let me talk about how our stay was. Nestled atop a serene hill overlooking the enchanting Paro Valley, Rema Resort offers a harmonious blend of traditional Bhutanese architecture and modern comforts. This tranquil retreat is designed to immerse guests in the Bhutanese way of life, providing an ambience of peace and tranquility. The resort's location is one of its standout features, offering panoramic views of the Paro River and the surrounding mountains. Rema Resort boasts 28 thoughtfully designed rooms, each offering panoramic views of the Paro Valley. Situated atop a serene hill, the resort provides guests with the unique experience of watching flights take off and land at Paro Airport. Its secluded ambience ensures tranquility, while its proximity to the town offers convenient access to local attractions. Spanning a 3-acre property, Rema Resort combines traditional Bhutanese architecture with modern amenities, making it an ideal retreat for travelers seeking both comfort and cultural immersion. We stayed at the deluxe twin room at Rema Resort, which resembled a charming little cottage with its traditional wooden architecture. The room had everything we could ask for in terms of comfort. The room featured 2 twin beds, bedside lamps, and a flat screen TV. A big window offered a lovely view of the Paro Valley, flooding the room with natural light during the day. Amenities were thoughtfully curated. There was a complimentary coffee setup, a small seating area, perfect for enjoying a hot cup with a view. And even a nice cloth bag as a sweet eco-friendly gesture. The camouflaged wardrobe came with an electronic safe, and we appreciated the bathrobes, electric heater, and even a large umbrella for unexpected weather. The bathroom, while not overtly luxurious, was neat and functional. And it had premium Biotic Royal range of toiletries. The fragrance was absolutely incredible and something we wish we could find back home in India, but it's not available. If there's one tiny gripe, it was the dim lighting, which made reading or working a bit difficult, but it was perfect for unwinding and relaxing. All in all, the room offered a warm, peaceful, and well-appointed stay. The service and hospitality at Rema Resort was warm, prompt, and genuinely welcoming. Right from the check-in, the staff ensured we were comfortable and well taken care of. Everyone from the front desk to the housekeeping was polite, attentive, and always wore a smile. The team was also happy to engage in conversations and share local tips, which added a nice personal touch to our stay. Overall, the hospitality felt warm and unhurried, making us feel at ease. The dining room at Rema Resort is expansive and thoughtfully divided into multiple sections, offering a variety of seating options. Designed to complement the natural surroundings, the space features large windows and outdoor seating that allows guests to enjoy their meals while taking in breathtaking views of the Paro Valley. For dinner, we were served a vegetarian Indian set menu, and to our surprise, it was incredibly extensive and satisfying. The spread included soup, rice, dal, beans dachi, paneer masala, aloo sabzi, karela fry, papad, and salad. It turned out to be one of the best Indian meals we had in Bhutan. Breakfast was simple but wholesome, with fresh fruits, juice, white bread, and eggs. Overall, the food at Rema was consistently good and comforting, another reason why this resort left a lasting impression on us. Rema Resort in Paro was the perfect way to wrap up our Bhutan journey. With its beautiful cottage-style rooms, tranquil yet accessible location, warm service, and surprisingly impressive food, it offered everything we could ask for and more. What stood out most was how the resort managed to strike the perfect balance between comfort and character. It never felt too commercial, yet had all the facilities of a premium mid-range hotel. From cozy rooms to the lovely dining experience, everything felt personal, calm, and well curated. If you are looking for a peaceful stay in Paro that still keeps you close to the town, Rema Resort is a clear winner. Highly recommended. Here's a quick recap of the resorts we have reviewed so far. Don't forget to check out the last video in this hotel recommendation series to see how the previous 3 properties rated. And if you found this content helpful and informative, I'd really appreciate if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to keep sharing more such travel stories and insights that can help you to plan your perfect getaway. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, thank you for your time and support.